Hey everybody, Mike Steele here with Barbecue Champs Academy Live, and it is so great to be back with everyone tonight. It's been a minute. Seems like the last time we was on was the week before the American Royal. We was on the road that week, traveling. We got back, had a cook-off to go to, got back from that, turned around, had to go to the Jack. We left to go up there on this past Tuesday, had a great time up there. And just been on the road a lot. We did try to go live a couple times at the Jack Daniel Invitation, and I brought you some of the behind-the-scenes stuff there. Hope everybody enjoyed that. But it is certainly great to be with everyone tonight. We've got two awesome guests. We got Mr. Bill Purvis Chicken Fried Barbecue, who had a great outing at the American Royal and also at the Jack. Picked him up a nice barrel head and some ribbons. And also we have Trey Whitehead, who is Jasper County Go Team. They had an outstanding weekend at the Jack and did pretty well at the Royal also. So we'll talk a little bit about maybe both the competitions. I know we're a few weeks after the American Royal, but hey, we want to at least kind of get caught up and let the guys talk a little bit about their experience there and everything. And see if we can talk a little bit about barbecue. So, as we always do, and as I can always expect, this guy's going to be first to the show. Hello, Mr. Gordon. We appreciate you being with us tonight. We got Mr. Lucas here from the land down under in Australia. Thank you for being with us, Lucas. I'll get this thing. My mouse is really all over the place. Miss Brenda, thank you. Glad to see you as well, and glad to be back. It's been a very long 3 weeks. But we are certainly excited. The opportunity that we had to go to the American Royal, go to the Jack Daniel Invitational, and see so many of our barbecue friends and watch them walk the big stage. It's always great times for sure. Sam, thank you for joining us. Darren, thank you for being with us as well. Nice parade walk at the Jack. Yeah, we had a lot of fun with that. I thought that was a pretty cool deal, and I figured if anything, hey, let's go live for that. Then we got up on top of the hill at the Jack. Man, that was quite an experience up there, what they put on. They do roll out the red carpet for the cooks, and it was quite a great time up there. German, thank you for being with us. Nate, thank you for joining us. Nick, we appreciate you being with us tonight. Stephen, man, you look like you're still doing pretty good out there on the barbecue circuit. Glad you're joining us tonight. We got Mr. Mark in the house. Thank you, sir. Welcome back. Missed you. I missed everybody as well. Really love getting around the computer and talking a little bit about barbecue and stuff. And we're going to try to get some of our SEA state cookers in here over the next couple weeks as well. So, Tony, thank you for joining us tonight. We did get an opportunity to meet several of our barbecue Champs customers, both at the American Royal. We had just numerous of them coming up to us at the Royal, and had 2 or 3 of them that came over to us when we was at the Jack. So it's always good to be able to put a face with all the names and get a chance to talk to them, and they are really appreciative of the Barbecue Champs and all the cooks and everything that they're sharing, all the information they're doing. I had one guy say, man, I wouldn't be at the Jack without Barbecue Champs and the classes that we've taken. And, he wanted to let all the guys know that, and I've certainly let that be made known tonight. It was so great seeing so many of our customers, and thank you guys so much for all your support over the years. So let's see, Lance, thank you. Looks like y'all had a great time, including you in that too. Mike, yeah, we had a great time. The American Royal is always fun. But I tell you what, the Jack Daniel Invitational was very, very different. It's just a little bit lower keyed. It's not quite as big as what we see like at the American Royal. I think there was 81 teams. Man, they roll out the red carpet for all the cooks in Lynchburg. The Jack Daniel crew does an amazing job of just making sure the cooks have everything that they need. Beautiful scenery, lots of little rolling hills and creeks running around everywhere, and the food was absolutely amazing. We ate at Miss Mary Bobo's, had a reservation to go there. If you're ever in that area, I highly recommend that. Probably some of the best home cooking at a restaurant that I've ever had. We even went back for day 2. You can order takeout. Found that out when we was there day 1. And we went over to a little town Talahula, I can't remember the name of it, but great food over there. Got some recommendations on great pizza places and Italian food to eat, and then just hanging out with all the guys at the Jack. Got to see once again quite a few people. Made some new contacts for maybe a new customer or new pit master for another Barbecue Champs class. So we're in talks with him. Looks like that deal's fixing to try to get filmed maybe by the end of the year. So we're excited about that as well. So let's see who else we got. Larry, good afternoon from my rolling office. Congrats to all the teams at the Jack, and big congratulations to, I don't want to mess this up. I'll get Bill to help me. Ercol on his grand champion. Let's see. Christopher, thank you for being with us tonight. Mr. Danny Titus, thank you for being us. Look, we got about 43 folks on here. They're steadily rolling in. John, thank you. As you come in, please let us know where you're at. We always like to give everybody just a few minutes to come in to make sure that we don't miss anything. Oh, it's G-Man. Hey, G-Man, how you doing, brother? Glad to see you again this weekend. I got to visit this past weekend. Got to see him at the Jack as well. Super, super nice guy right there. And G-Man is awesome. Appreciate you being there at the Jack Daniels and getting a chance to talk to you as well. Merrill, thank you for being with us as well. Appreciate it. Got about 42 folks on here. And I think we're going to go ahead and kick things off. We always want to thank our partners, the barbecue store, Mr. Dustin Stanley. I tell you, we needed some rubs for the Jack, and I called Elena on Monday, and I said, hey, can you get some of this stuff shipped to the Airbnb we're staying at? And she was like, well, absolutely. It'll be there Wednesday. And sure enough, I left a note on the door. UPS, please leave package by the door. And sure enough, man, they came through and got the product to us, and it really gave Sweetie a couple rubs that he hadn't tried before and given him some different flavor profiles. I really do want to thank Sweetie Barbecue, Daryl Walker. He invited us to go with him. I just was going to kind of be there more along the lines to just give him, any kind of help that he needed, that I couldn't cook the food, but if there was anything that he needed me to help him do other than cook, that's what I was there for, and try to help him with maybe a flavor profile or two. And got some stuff in for the Jack. Did pretty good. He finished 19th overall out of 81 teams. Highest call was a 14th place brisket. I think he had like a 25th place rib, 30-something in chicken and 30-something in pork. And that was really exciting for them. The Louisiana teams was really happy. Also, Aaron Guidry. Man, I don't know. I got to give props to the guys. Spookiest Halloween get up. It was absolutely amazing. I don't know. Those guys probably spent $4,000 for the decorations. There was no way they weren't going to win that deal. So props to those guys as well. So anyway, we want to thank the barbecue store, Gunnar Wilhelm Nice, Daigle's Barbecue, Sauces and Glazes, and Raider Red Meats. Well, without further ado, let's bring in a couple of our barbecue pit masters. We've got, get over here and see if I can figure out how to make these work. First of all, we got Mr. Bill Purvis, Chicken Fried Barbecue. How are you doing, brother?
Doing great, Mike.
That's good. Glad to have you with us tonight. Also, we've got another incredible guest that has done very good both at the Royal and the Jack, and none other than Trey Whitehead with the Jasper County Go Texan team. Trey, thank you for being here tonight as well and taking a little time to talk about your adventure at both American Royal and the Jack. So
Trey also won Houston Rodeo, which that got him the ticket to both of those.
Yeah.
Trey is a world champion, by the way.
Yeah. He's been killing it. That's for sure. So he was kind of telling me a little bit about his American Royal adventures. So we'll kind of talk a little bit, maybe just briefly about that. I know there was a lot of hiccups with the scoring stuff, and I really don't want to talk a whole lot about that. I think that's been beat to death, and I'm sure they're going to get to the bottom of it. Yeah, it kind of screwed things up for us, but they got it figured out, and that's all that counts. And hopefully Rod Gray will get behind it and said that, that ain't going to happen again. So I'm sure they'll get some things in there. But Trey, tell us a little bit about you, man. All of a sudden, you've hit the scenes and world champion here and tearing it up at the Royal and the Jack and doing pretty well. So how long you been cooking? How'd you get into all this stuff?
Man, I started competition in, I think it was January of 14 at the IBCA cook-off they had here in Buna, the first one here in Buna, Texas. And, man, I was kind of hooked after that. I think we got one call, like a chicken call.
Right.
There's like 15 teams, I think either Jeff Hale or Kevin Miller, one of those guys won it, but then after that I was chasing them, and I did all the local, any IBCA that was, within 30, 45 minutes from here, I would go hit it. And
right.
then I kind of got in doing the Go Texan cook-off, because they have a lot of those in this area. And, man, that's where I started I just kind of got my practice in, and just kind of started getting better and better the more we went. We used to just be happy to get a call in anything,
Right.
And then it got to where it was like, man, you started seeing the teams that were putting all three meets together, and it's like, I want to start doing that. And
right.
That was one. We just kind of got hooked, but I mean, we really don't cook. My team, we don't really cook a lot. It's just, especially the last few years, there really haven't been a whole lot of IBCAs or anything in our area.
Right.
So I don't travel a whole lot. This year, I've been hitting the road. We kind of had to, after Houston, I took a long break, and
right.
Man, ever since then we started. We did one at that IBCA here in Silsbee for the Little League a little while back, and then went over there to the one in Waller, the Danny Dietz deal, and that was our first KCBS.
Right.
Man, that was a learning experience. We did pretty good there.
Right.
I mean, 'cause that was my first one. I learned a lot about timelines and everything, and then the Royal was a whole nother level, man. There's so much going on around you.
Right. It's quite an experience. And that was your first time at the Royal, only your second time cooking KCBS. So tell me what your thoughts were first time at the Royal, just the experience alone.
Man, it was crazy. A lot of teams. I mean, just a lot going on, like I guess concrete jungle. I don't know how to explain.
It's a good way to put it. Yeah.
I mean, we're all used to cooking in a parking lot, but
That's
a different kind of parking lot.
Yeah, it's a little larger than normal. That's for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I've been cooking Houston Rodeo. I think I started there in 2016.
Right.
Was my first one when I started helping them there, and man, I guess it's somewhat similar to that, but I don't know. It's different. Houston's got the huge tents, and
yeah,
I don't know. It's just, you got to go see both. I'm glad I went up there and saw it. Yeah, didn't do too good the first day. We started playing around with some different flavor profiles and tenderness on the next day. We did a little bit better. So
how'd you end up doing day two?
Day two.
Well,
we got two calls up there. We got 8th sausage and 23rd chicken.
Wow, man, that's great.
I was pretty excited about the chicken, So
yeah,
we just started cooking. I just started cooking chicken thighs. August? I guess I practiced a little bit over the summer.
Right.
Trying, because I've always been a half chicken guy.
Me too.
IBCA, Lone Star. I mean, so it was kind of like, man, I had to learn that, which that really wasn't the hard part. The pork has been my hardest thing to learn.
Different, right?
Yeah, because we've only cooked. I mean, every now and then an IBCA or one of those other cook-offs will have a pork category. So I would only practice it for that one event, and that was it.
Right.
Man, I've been trying a lot of different stuff. I don't know if it's working. I mean, I think we've got one call in pork, but as long as I can just finish middle of the pack, I'm okay with the pork.
That's right. That's right. That is pretty awesome. So you did pretty dadgum good at the American Royal, and that was only your second KCBS cook-off. Then, because you won Houston, you got the invitation to go cook the Jack. So tell me about your experience with the Jack, because to me, it was my first time there as well, and it was quite different than the Royal, and it was a lot of fun. So what did you think?
No, I loved the Jack. I mean, it reminded me of more like the cook-offs that I'm used to doing, except, I guess you very high caliber teams, of course, and people from everywhere. So it was kind of crazy, but I loved the atmosphere there. The people were nice. I saw, you don't see as many people that I don't, just being from Texas, I guess there was only, five teams?
Yeah.
Something like that. So, but we met a lot of new people and everything, and I was a lot more comfortable. I guess I was just a lot more comfortable cooking there, just I don't know, just felt more like being at home, I guess.
Yep. Yep. So tell us how you did at the Jack.
I'm going to check my notes here. I can't hardly remember anything off the top of my head. We were 27th overall, which I didn't think was terrible. I kind of wanted a little better than that, but
Right.
We pulled an 8th brisket.
Wow.
And let me see, 30th ribs, 52nd chicken, which I thought the chicken was better than that, and the 52nd pork. And I was kind of like, I'm okay with the pork.
Right.
The chicken, we had one judge that just hated it apparently, and then we had another judge that was kind of scored us down. Besides that, we did pretty good, man. I was pretty happy with the cook.
Right.
I just kind of noticed looking. You know how it is. You pull the scores up, you start looking at all the tables, and you start, what if you'd have done this a little bit different? I don't know. I kind of went back to Texas flavor profile, my normal stuff a little bit more. I mean, I kind of took some stuff I learned up in Kansas and used it there, but I don't know. Kind of went back a little bit more to my normal stuff, and it seemed to work. Seemed to do pretty good.
Yeah, Ruben, there you go. The flavor profiles he used was similar to what he does in Texas, just not quite as bold and savory. So just had to back it off a little bit.
Yeah.
And,
we got a third in Chef's Choice.
Oh, that's okay. That's outstanding. Yeah. Man, y'all killed it. That's awesome.
13th dessert. Barely missed out on that one. I think we had a 177.7 in dessert.
Wow.
So somebody must not have liked my raspberry topping or something. Must not have been a fruit eater. So that's all I can say. It was good.
That's it. What'd y'all cook? What did y'all cook?
It was a raspberry cheesecake.
Raspberry cheesecake.
Crust. Yeah, it's something a little different. We always do pecan caramel stuff in Houston, and I was just like, man, I'm going to change it up.
Right.
Throw in something different. It didn't work, but it almost did.
Yeah, it was close. It was close. Yeah. That's for sure. Well, Bill, brother, let's hear a little about your adventures, man. You look tired. I can tell you have been on the road a lot here lately. You had a lot of cook-offs going leading up to the American Royal. You was cooking almost every week. You get up to the Royal. Let's just briefly talk a little bit about, your experience at the Royal this year and some of your walks. You had a pretty good weekend up there as well.
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to walk both days at the Royal. So, going to the Royal, that's kind of, man, you just want to hear your name. I mean,
right.
And day one is, I don't know the team count if it was 200, but
288.
Yeah, and they're all grand champions to get there. So you're going up against 288, fellow GCs. So to hear your name is like I said, I would rather go, and I was talking to another guy, man, I'd rather do shitty in the overall, but hear my name than do, 30th or 40th in the overall and never hear your name, because they only call out the top 20 or top 25.
Right.
So,
right.
And I think, I finished, I think on day one, I think I was at a 288. I don't know if I was 50th or somewhere in there. But I did get a call in brisket, which I felt like brisket was probably my worst category of the day.
Right.
Felt like it was a little over, that I kind of overcooked it, kind of a little more Texas style. But
right.
How barbecue is, man, you need luck. And, man, I had some luck. I had some luck on that brisket, and they ended up calling me for 10th place on day one. So
and brisket, yep.
And then circle around to day two, and I ended up getting I really didn't like my chicken, and I thought chicken was going to kill me, but it ended up being ribs that sunk me. But I did get a 6th place pork out of the, I don't know, it was 400 and something teams.
It was 488 day two. Yeah. It was 211. I was getting the day two, so it was 211 day one and 488. Right. Man, you had a banging. What'd you have in I had
a 6th place pork and a 23rd brisket. So
wow.
Man, we were fortunate. We walked out of there with 3 ribbons, and then the wife, she ended up getting a 180 in dessert. But there was, man, I don't know if there was 80 dessert entries, and 35 of them all had 180s. So we were one of the 180s that we didn't get to walk or hear her name. We only got the scorecard later to see that we had gotten a perfect score. So
right.
It was her second time to do dessert. So, man, I was really excited that she'd gotten a 180, and man, I just wish 34 other people wouldn't have got 180s.
Right.
So,
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
but
Yeah, that
no, it was
was
good.
yeah. You had a great weekend. There's no doubt. I mean, you killed
Yeah.
it. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. We had a good time. Day one, I did better day one than I did day two. We finished 59th overall out of 211. So
And to me, walking at the Royal, I mean, to hear your name and there's
oh
500
yeah,
teams out there, it's just
yeah.
it's special to walk there.
It is. It is. You
I
want
mean,
to
it's
hear
special to walk anywhere, but the
that
Royals
one?
like
Yeah. Yeah, they called us for 11th pork, and I was like, "Oh heck yeah, I'll take that."
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
you get a ribbon, man. That's probably the most prized possession that you can get.
And
So
it's the best ribbon in barbecue.
that's the best ribbon. I love that.
Yeah.
That's the quote of the night. It's the best ribbon in barbecue. That and the jack. So
Yeah. So
that's awesome.
So we've been to the Royal 3 times, and we've been lucky enough to walk all 3 times. So
yeah, that's
man,
awesome.
we're due for a goose egg.
Yeah,
We're due for a goose egg because there's a lot of great teams out there, and like I said, you need to have good barbecue and get lucky and get on the right table. So
yeah, you got it. You got to cook good Q, and you got to have some luck. You got to get on a good scoring table. If you get on a bad scoring table, it's pretty much well over. So
yeah, I had a 409th place rib
oh,
on
wow.
day 3. Yeah,
There ain't no way Bill Purvis cooks
Yeah.
409th place rib. Wow.
I kind of thought I was in the mix, with 2 calls out of 488 teams, and they're going through the overall, and they get down and get down and get down, and it's like, man, I might have a shot here because I've got 2, but lo and behold, I think I finished 82nd overall. I scored a 158 in ribs. So
oh my gosh.
and I thought it's got to be my chicken because I thought the tenderness on my chicken was tight. I didn't like I wasn't really happy with my chicken, and
right.
Man, it turns out I scored a 173 in chicken, which was, fine enough to stay in there,
Yeah.
But,
Wow.
but needless to say, it's,
Yep.
my chicken ended up sinking me at the jack. So there you go. So,
Yeah. Oh, goodness gracious. Well, speaking of the Jack, let's talk a little bit about your adventure at the Jack. You got in by having 7 grand champions.
yeah.
Was you the only one? Anna Bryce told me you was the only one that had this the 7 GCs to get in. Is that true, or was there one other team?
And I think I was the only one that had 7.
Okay. Yeah,
Least,
that's pretty awesome.
At least on the, if you look at their announcements or whatnot, I was the only one I think with 7 wins. So there was quite a few teams out there that had 6 wins.
Yep.
And great teams, but they when it came down to it, man, they just needed that one more win. And what's funny is a lot of those teams got their 7th win like the week after.
Yeah. Aaron was one of them. Had 6 and needed one more the next weekend. 7. Boom.
Yeah, exactly.
Geez, I needed one more week.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wow. So first time that you've ever cooked at the Jack under your team name.
Yeah.
Tell me your experience of what you thought about the Jack, because it was the first time going for me as well. So.
Man, I loved everything about it. I loved, even if I didn't get a call, even if I would have stayed in my chair because, Urkel, someone had put in the comments, and you were, I think, struggling with his name. Urkel's the guy that won the Jack.
Okay.
Uncle Pig. So they won the Jack. They were also Team of the Year last year in KCBS. So
wow.
Uncle Pig's Barbecue was the they won it, and they were my neighbor.
Right.
And, man, their goal, like everybody's goal, is to hear their name. The last 2 years they went, and I think they did a long Facebook post. The last 2 years they went, they didn't get a call. So they were, for 2 years in a row, glued to their seat at the Jack. And then for this year, for them to go and walk 3 of the 4 categories and win the whole thing.
That was pretty awesome.
But again, most all those guys that are there are GC winners, and
you're talking about the best.
But
of the
just the whole traditions of getting the barrelhead, all the teams signing the barrelhead. There just seems to be a lot of, and it's not as big as the Royal. It's it's an 80-team cook-off.
Right.
It's but there's lots of celebrity judges that show up. That so it's just, man, a lot of the who's who in barbecue are there. not everyone, but there was, and even not even competing, like Heath Riles was there. He's walking around talking to all his team. So it's just, like I said, it was really special. Mark Lambert was there. And just all the different things. We did the Mary Bobos. We did the parade. We went on the hill. Man, I loved every part about it. So it was just, and of course, the Jack, those guys take care of you. I mean, they were big
everything.
Time, I needed, I'd gotten 50 amp power. My cord wasn't long enough to reach to the, it was at the other end of the trailer. Oh, no worries, man. These guys came over, man. They're hooking wires up and they moved the whole little spider thing right there underneath my rig. So,
wow.
They were just, like I said, it was a great experience altogether. So, and to top it all off, we ended up getting a couple calls. So we were super happy.
Let's talk about that first one. Was that sauce, big first place. So Jared wants to know when you're going to be releasing that sauce that won the Jack.
I'm working on it, Jared. I'm working.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, you got to get that out, Bill. You realize that?
I'm working on it. So.
Oh, goodness gracious. So you had a first place in sauce.
Yep.
And then the next one they had. Let's talk about Miss Chicken Fried Barbecue. Yep. Another perfect 180.
Yeah.
What did she have what did she finish? Wasn't eighth or something?
Eighth. There was 8 180s at the Jack, and we had gotten the first 180. So
got the first one. Okay.
Again, the Jack just calls out top 10. So to hear our name, and I think that was our first call was the cheesecake. They did that before. I think they did that before
the sauce. Okay.
So we were pretty pumped about that, and the guy, the announcer there, Chip. Man, I think he does a great job. He does a great job with, and, here's a familiar name, and they're from Texas. And I'm like, oh, shit, that could be us for this sauce. And sure enough, the name. So, he did a really good job. So, it was, it was super special to, get a barrel head for the sauce and get a big cooler with the Jack Daniel's logo on it. And, it was great. So.
And then let's talk about that last call that you got. We got a sauce, we got a dessert, but the big one there toward the end was what was that on that brisket?
Yeah, so we ended up getting second place brisket. So well, we were sitting there, and we got back from the sauce, and my wife said, "Man, it would be nice to get a barrel head in one of the meats." And they go through chicken. Congrats to Lee Hickle. He ended up getting a 4th chicken.
Yeah, that was awesome. Yeah.
So went through chicken, ribs, pork, and I felt good about everything we turned in. I thought all 4 meats I'd turn those guys in any day of the week. So I felt really good going into awards, and I thought to myself, well, that's probably not a good sign. Usually you need to hate your cook in order to do something. So
right.
I was trying to find ways to hate it, but I just couldn't hate it. And lo and behold, all through the first three categories, nothing. And then they get down to brisket, and, we ended up getting that second place brisket. So it was like, oh, finally, we got a barrel head,
Yes. Something.
Yeah, our weekend was complete. And then it was like, man, it'd be nice if we could make top 10. And sure enough,
Yep.
Top 10 overall, and we ended up getting 10th. So which it's a whole lot better than 11th. You ain't
kidding. You're not kidding there. That is awesome. Well, Kerry said the same thing. My chicken hurt me at the Jack as well. Yeah. So Kerry's a great guy. I got a chance to meet him. Janky Legs, another. Yeah. And he said it's a special place for sure, no doubt. And
I scored a 693, and I think Urkel won it with a 699. So it was a 6 points difference between me at 10th place and him at first place. So,
it was tight scoring. It was really
pretty tight, and and even he was my neighbor, Urkel. He was hoping just to get a call, and I think his chicken, he ended up getting hammered in chicken as well. He was like 50th. I was 30th chicken, and I'd won my table for 30th place chicken. But
wow,
it still wasn't. It didn't score, even though I won the table. It still wasn't high enough of a score.
Yeah.
I think it was a 169 or something like that.
So
but that's barbecue,
it is.
You got to good cook food and hit the right tables, and you do it enough times, and sooner or later, it all folds your way.
Yeah.
But most of the time it don't. So
there was a lot of teams there that was like, wished I could have picked up something,
So, for sure.
Let's see. It is definitely top-notch hospitality at the Jack. Yeah,
for sure.
Man, they roll out the red carpet. I mean, just, any and everything you need, they take care of it. So, let's see. Michael said you killed it. Let's see. Bill, what sauce did Bill use his sauce on?
It's in the works. It's in the work, Danny Titus.
Yeah. Did you use that sauce on any of your meats?
I used it on my second place brisket. Well,
of course. That's a good answer, Bill. I love it.
I covered that brisket in that sauce.
That's right. That's why it was so good. I love that. Oh, John, we appreciate you being here all the way from the frozen tundra of Wisconsin. So, let's see, Ray. Let's see. Congratulations, Bills. You're a stud. Yep, he was definitely feeling pretty good that day. The chicken was definitely rocking. So, no kiss your sister award at the Jack. No, unfortunately.
No kiss your sister.
Bill Gillespie. Yep, Bill Gillespie, one chicken.
Yeah,
congratulations to him.
Arms.
Yeah,
great guy. Great ambassador for barbecue.
He is absolutely awesome. That's his third. I think that's his third world champion. So,
he's stacked
awesome.
them up for sure.
Yeah, he's incredible. Let's see, Kyle, my man Bill, killed it. Shout out to Vanessa for 180. Yep, no.
Man, every time she cooks a dessert, she's a 180 queen.
Yeah,
she's cooked it 3 times, and now she's got 2 180s, the Jack and the Royal. So.
Yeah, you tell her if she does that one more time, we're gonna have her Miss Chicken Fried Barbecue in here for a dessert class. So
I think she's kicking me out of the shop and the smokers, and she's ordering double ovens to start doing cheesecake stuff.
Oh gosh. Oh, that is funny. Let's see. What do we got here, my friends? Or the couple that got volunteer of the year at the Jack.
Cool,
oh, yeah. That was really
cool.
I'll
tell you what, there was a lot of volunteers from Texas. I don't know if you met them all, Trey, but it seemed like every term I turned around, a lot of the staff, a lot of them worked the booth at Houston, the Jack Daniels tent at Houston, and they just, I
was surprised at that.
I was too. Yeah, I was too. So
yeah. Wow.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Wow. Well, both of y'all, man, props, congratulations for both of your success at both the Jack and the Royal. And, y'all absolutely crushed it. Hey, if anybody's we still got comments coming in. Bill is the man. Let's see. James wants to know, can I borrow some of that sauce this weekend?
Hey, ask James. I need to ask James, can he bring me a grill grate? I need a grill grate for the SCA on Friday night at the Royal Oak Deal.
I'm going to be willing to bet that there's this girl called Caitlin Crane that'll probably have an extra one laying around. Caitlin, I know you're on
still
here.
watching, or James. Bring
Caitlin,
me an extra grill grate.
Yeah.
I have my Weber. I didn't take a grill grate.
All right. So if we can get either Caitlin, yes, sir. He said, yes, sir. He'll bring you an extra one. So
perfect.
Yeah, there we go. Let's see what we got here.
But yeah, if you ever get the chance, for sure. I mean, that Lynchburg is special. I mean, it's super special. And like I said, it's a small enough cook-off to where, still it has the normal part of a cook-off, but at the same time too, man, it's filled with a lot of tradition, and it's a dry county, so there's not a whole lot of partying that goes on. But,
it was really it was. I was shocked when I went down Main Street. There's Miss Mary Bobo's at the bottom of the hill. Miss Mary Bobo's, that's the competition, and you walk about another 100 feet, and there's the square. It's one block by one block by one block by one block. That is Lynchburg.
Yeah.
And it's all old general stores that are selling pretty much, everything Jack Daniel. And a couple little ice cream shop, candy shop, fudge chocolate shop. And everything is dry, and I was like, wow, there's really, I don't think there was a restaurant other than Miss Mary Bobo's. I don't know if there was a restaurant there. So I was really surprised at that. I was thinking, Lynchburg's probably going to be a, relatively good sized town, Jack
little
Daniel.
Bitty thing, yeah.
Little bitty thing. I mean, you blink, I don't even know if they have a red light. So I don't think they did. I drove around 2 or 3 places. Oh, there was a red light, I think, right there where the Jack was. Yeah, they got one red light. So, but it is a very special place, and it was really pretty cool. So
the weather was great. It was.
It was beautiful. Awesome. James said he's already got it loaded up for you. So
perfect.
Bill is killing it. Huge congratulations. Thank you, Marcio. I know
Yeah,
Bill
thank you. I
appreciate it.
can't read the comments because I'm
Yeah,
in an
yeah, that's fine.
Airbnb on my phone. So
Yeah, I'm getting them for you.
yeah,
So Bill's killing it. James has got your grate loaded up. Let's see, grill grate for the sauce. Darren says he'll give you grill grate for the sauce. Lucas, sounds like a great place to visit next year. Lucas, yes, I don't know. I know you got the draw or something to go over there. I think that was for this year. Hopefully, man, it'd be really cool if they could work something out to get you over there for next year. So. Anyway, Katrina says,
but they
"Hey Trey."
also announced too, and I don't know if you caught that at awards, but Houston announced and the Jack they're going to honor both Janky Leg and Michelle
Yes,
and give them both spots, which I thought that was
yes,
really cool.
I thought
So,
that was great. Yes,
yeah,
100%, and
yeah,
as well they should. I mean,
yeah. I thought
that's
it was
only
really
right.
cool. So,
No doubt, no doubt. What Trey? What's on the horizon for you, young man?
Man, I'm gonna take a little break here for I don't know. It's almost deer season for us, so we're gonna probably focus on that here for another I don't know a month or two. We might do I don't know if we find one before Christmas. We might do something to just kind of keep the momentum and the practice.
Right.
Keep the practice up, and I
you're
don't
doing
know.
San Antonio Rodeo though, huh?
We're doing
Trey?
San Antonio Rodeo for sure, and I would
Yeah.
like to maybe do an IBCA or a CBA or something, but in January, at least before that, at least one or two.
Right.
We try to get back in the swing of things, and then we're going to have Houston, and we're going to do Austin also.
They should come to the CBA World Championship. So that's going to be, I think, the week before or Houston. It'll be a big one. And,
is it?
It'll have a lot of money. It'll be in Seguin. So.
It's in Seguin. Okay.
That's not too bad. Yeah.
Dang. That's almost worth the trip to go down there so I can go eat at Ernest's place again.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's run brisket for us at restaurants. Man. When is that? Is that in January? Third week of January, maybe?
I think I have to check, Mike, but I think it's the weekend before Houston, I think.
Before
Houston's the last weekend in February.
Last weekend in February. So
it may be the weekend before, I think.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
But,
that's awesome.
Well, because there's a lot of international teams coming to Houston, so they also want to do the CBA World Championship there. So they're trying to kind of put it there close, so these international teams don't have to do two different flights. So
yeah, they can come in and get two cook-offs if they're coming all the way over here. Give them two cook-offs. That's really good to do that. So that's smart. That is really, really smart. So. Wow. If anybody's got any questions for Trey or Bill, hey, drop them over there in the comments. And, we appreciate everybody giving them shout outs and congrats to both of these men. They had a phenomenal last couple weeks. Trey, good luck to you, man, in the future. And keep going. Okay, here we go. CBA World Champion is January the 14th, according to the site. So
I think that'll be changed, Jared. I think that'll
okay. They're gonna move it. Yeah.
I think we're working on the flyer. But yeah, I'm out here in Georgia. I left Lynchburg and drove my trailer over to Georgia because I'm competing in the Royal Oak Invitational. They take about 30 of their teams. They sponsor about 90 teams, but they go through and kind of look and see who all's had GCs and who all's done what on social media, and kind of invite the if you've done really well on social media as well as had some GCs. So they do a thing for their employees at their corporate office to where we're all going to cook a contest, and it's a KCBS contest. But it's meat provided. They pick up everything. They feed us, hotels, everything is.
Wow.
I mean, Royal Oak. I mean, they roll out the red carpet.
Yep.
I mean, and last year we got whole sets of Victorinox knives. I mean, it was like I said, just. And then they have, I think it's like close to $50,000 in prize money for a 30-team cook-off. But it's it's the best teams across the country that are all sponsored by Royal Oak. So
right.
Urkel, the guy that won the Jack, he'll be there. It's going to be. They'll all be. I think me, Phil, and John Dotson maybe are the only three from Texas.
Okay.
But there'll be people from every state, and but again they'll roll out the red. They have an SCA on Friday night. which
Okay.
they even asked the barbecue guys to compete in. So,
Okay.
I have my Weber, but I was like, man, I don't have any grill grates.
Right. Right.
I
That's
forgot them at the
awesome.
house. So,
Right. Right.
But
Well,
yeah,
Dan Wright said best of luck. He
yeah,
said he's still thinking about them beef cheek tacos. I
yeah,
saw you make that post at 9 o'clock. I saw that pan, and I was like, man, I need to get over there and get me one of them. And I be dang, I don't know what I did. All of a sudden, I'm like, man, I forgot to go get the the tacos. So,
and they were delicious. They were really good.
oh,
So,
thanks a lot, Bill.
well, Manuel and those guys cooked them, and of course
Yeah.
I'm doing my cook, and they're out there cooking them, and
Yeah. Yeah.
I ended up getting 2 of them after it was all said and done with, because
Wow. I got
man, there
you.
was quite a few people that showed up for the beef cheek. That's for
Yeah.
sure. So,
Yeah. Let's see, Trey, do you use a mustard binder on your brisket?
No.
No mustard binder. That's funny.
If Bill says he does, I might start.
There you go. Let's see, Kyle Blankenship. Congratulations, Bill. You did great. Yep, there we
thanks,
go.
Kyle.
So let me see if I just got any of the ones. Bill.
No mustard was
No
harmed in my brisket.
No
so.
mustard. Yeah, no mustard. No mustard was harmed. That's for sure. Let's see. Yeah, it was definitely. Yeah, that's it. That's good. That's good. If y'all got any more comments or anything, pop them in there, and we'll certainly throw them up here. Well, Bill, man, I know you have had like the stinking month of barbecue. Unbelievable. The Royal, you come back, you go. You cooked a competition right after the Royal, didn't you? Or did you take off?
Yeah, no, I did that move and double.
Yeah.
I cooked Brazoria County, then came up and did that Jambo cook-off.
And did that, turned around, left there, went to the Jack, left the Jack, went to Atlanta, fixing to get ready to cook the Invitation. You have been on an absolute roll here lately. So what is, after the Invitation, are you going to take off a week, regroup a little bit, and go hit it again?
I'm planning on doing Pine Bluff, Arkansas next
Oh,
week.
that's right. That's right. I should have known that.
I'm leaving my rig at your place.
Yeah, I remember you asking me. I forgot all about it. So, yeah, so right after he's coming back, I live in Shreveport, and it's on the way back from Atlanta. Pine Bluff's 300 miles, 3 hours from here. And it's 150 miles, I think, to Pine Bluff from here. It's about a 3-hour trip up by 49 to Texarkana and shoot right across on 30. So Bill's going to go to that. There's a big KCBS competition in Pine Bluff, Arkansas, $50,000 payout. I think there was about almost 50 teams there last year. Yeah. So he's going to go cook that. And then after that, you going to keep banging them out every week?
Man, I don't sell any rub sitting on the couch.
There you go. I love it.
I'm going to try to cook. If there's a cook-off and I get the kitchen pass from my wife to
go
hang out in the parking lot and burn some meat, I'm going to do it.
There you go. I love it. I love Vanessa. She's so funny. It was so gloomy on that Saturday, and it was just like, I want the sun out. I don't like this. And I was like, Vanessa, it's not 100 degrees. She said, I don't care. She cracked me and Suzette up. I love her. So, yeah, she likes sun. I took it after that. She likes the sun. So, oh, goodness gracious. Let's see. Flavor profile for the Jack. Not as quite as salty as Texas. I don't know.
Man, I just cooked
good barbecue.
Yeah, good. Maybe a bit more saucy, but for the Jack and the Royal Oak, it'll be the same for me.
About the same. Okay.
But I'm probably a bit more saucy on KCBS, especially on brisket, than I am in Texas.
In Texas. Okay, there you go. Gordon wants to wish you guys big congratulations. Native Smoke.
And I'm not telling you the sauce.
There you go. He uses chicken injection. Native Smoke says he uses chicken injection for his brisket. That's it.
That's right. Yeah,
we've done that.
Yeah. Well, Trey will be number 5 to win Houston Livestock Show and Radio twice. Okay, there we go.
Has there been 4 people that have won it twice or no?
I don't know that. I have no idea. But if Kirk says it, I believe him.
Yeah.
Now, I know my son at the awards at the Jack the other night, when they mentioned the dates for next year for the Jack, he said, we're coming back next year, huh? And I was sitting there like, the only way we're going to do that is to win Houston again. So, I don't know.
Oh,
Hard to do.
Mr. Texas Wizard is in the house. Vince, man, I tell you what, it was great seeing you there. Every time I walked by his booth, I kept yelling, man, them are some of the best sauces and glazes you can get there. Every time I walked by, they'd be like, man, you need to buy that. Don't even taste, just buy. So, Vince is awesome. It was great seeing him. It looked, every time I walked by there, it was just booming. So, Vince,
Nice.
I hope you did well. Man,
Right.
it's so great to see you, the big comeback with all the new stuff that you've got. You got a pretty deadgum big line of sauces now and glazes, and I saw some rubs over there. Huge congratulations to you, man, and keep knocking it out. Keep supporting the cook. So, Jamie Thomas, I'll be cooking the SCA event again this weekend. I'm free Saturday if you need a box runner. So,
I think he won the SCA last year. I think Jamie won the SCA last year.
Okay.
If I remember correctly at the World.
All right, Dustin Parsons, smoke on.
My wife will have to fight you over the box running.
Probably so.
She won't let anyone wash dishes or do any. She's pretty adamant about her role.
There you go. There you go. Let's see, Kevin. What's up, guys? Vincent. It was great to see everyone.
No, thanks, Vince. Appreciate it, bud.
Thanks, man.
Congratulations to y'all too. So so Jamie did win the SCA last year. He sure did. Yep.
Maybe I'll use his grill grates, hopefully. Yeah.
There you go. Leave some of that extra seasoning on them, Jamie.
Right.
Dan Wright, chicken fried cheesecake. Yeah, that's going to be the
sauce
next.
on the cheesecake too.
There you go. In case you was wondering. Kevin Hernandez
that walked had the sauce. Everything
had the sauce on
didn't
it.
have the sauce.
That's right. That's right. Kevin Hernandez, Bill, congratulations.
Thanks, Kevin. Appreciate it, bud.
Oh, goodness. Bill can't see the comments. He's on his phone. So
Yeah.
I want to kind of relay the ones that are coming across. Oh, goodness gracious. Well, I tell you what, it has been a fabulous show tonight. We've got 60,000 people on. It's really good to see everybody back. We got a really big show. This is great. That cheesecake looked like fire. Yeah, it was. And Dan,
she won't let me eat it, but it looked good to me too. When she cooks them, there's only like one piece left.
Right.
And man, that piece got devoured by everybody.
Yeah, that's right. Chicken fried cheesecake with Texas jelly. Michael Casey said that.
Right. It was a pecan pie cheesecake is what she did. So.
Yeah, pecan pie cheesecake. Yeah, it looked amazing. It really did.
Yeah,
and it was the same cheesecake that she did at the Royal.
There you go.
She cooked it the same recipe.
Way. There you go. Well, I tell you what, it's been a great night. Trey, I want to give you a chance to last comments, anything you want to say, any sponsors that you want to thank. Man, this is the time.
Oh, man. I know we've had a heck of a year since winning Houston. The whole committee's been pretty busy. And we had a lot of help, man. And we had a lot of people, helping us out going to the cook-off, sponsors, meat sponsors. I know the guys at Stig, they hooked me up with a freaking case of sauces and glazes, and Meat Church. Matt Pittman's been sending me stuff. I think Chris Hatcher got me hooked up with him, man. He's been keeping me stocked up with stuff. Shoot, man, all of our help. Oh, Andy Lugo, he's been giving me some pretty good stuff too, man. Yeah. And just all of my cook team, man. I've been putting them to work, man. This KCBS stuff.
It'll work.
Everybody busy. We're used to 3 meets and having all the time in the world between turn-ins, and it's gonna be great to go back to 3 meets.
Yes. Yes. I'm with you on that. On that. Oh, so Taylor Whitehead said, Bill, did you brush your brisket slices in molasses up in the Tennessee?
No, but it was saucy.
It was saucy.
It was.
Katrina.
A friend of mine told me a saucy brisket don't always win, but a dry brisket never wins. So.
There you go. I like that. Katrina Parsons, we really enjoyed the hospitality and friendly people at the Jack. Kudos to everyone there. There you go. Michelle Stevenson, Mitchell Stevenson. Keep it Texas, Trey, please. So, yep. Anyway, well, Trey, good luck in the future. Hope to see you down the road one day. and we wish you all the best of luck to try to go repeat at the Houston Livestock if you can do it again. So Bill's going to have something to say about that, because I got a feeling he's going to want to try to win one of them too. So
it's on my list.
It's on his list. He's got San Antonio in the bag. Now he's going to go try for Houston.
Yeah, well, we should be neighbors there.
I think
probably so.
Yeah.
Bill, you got anybody you want to thank, brother?
Man, I got a list of them, and they're usually on every post. So, man, I won't go through them all just because, the show's got a time. But, yeah, there's lots of people that have helped me, from Majax Meat Market, Race Crew, Cosmo, Royal Oak for sure, AMP. Man, I've had just help all along the way from a lot of different folks. But, yeah, it's listed in every post. I try to tag them all. So
that's good. Well, I'm going to give you one other post. If you want to know what this guy does, he's got an amazing class on Barbecue Champs Academy. Yeah. Bill don't like to plug his class too much, but by God, I'll sure talk about him for him, because he's got a ton of people in the private Facebook page that has taken his class. It is so great to see these guys out there week in and week out. Dustin Stanley doesn't make no bones about it. He is promoting Bill every single weekend, and not only just Dustin. I mean, Steven, Sam. I mean, the list goes on and on of all the guys that are giving you props for helping them. But if you need a little help getting them walks, Bill Purvis has got a class at Barbecue Champs Academy, bbqchamps.com. Scroll down on the homepage, you'll see all the barbecue pitmasters, and he is there, Mr. Bill Purvis, and want to certainly let everybody know about that. Also, Luke Darnell, Old Virginia Smoke. We have not even had a chance to get Luke on here, which we're going to do that next, but Luke Darnell is our newest barbecue pitmaster that we just released right after the American Royal. And so we were really excited to have Luke on here. He had another big couple calls at the American Royal, and a fabulous cook. And I tell you what, go check out Luke Darnell's class as well. It was really, really good. And I tell you what, he keeps things. It's really cool that all you guys have got something a little different that you do. And he's got some really cool stuff that he does as well. So be sure to check that out as well. Well, guys, once again, I appreciate y'all taking a little bit of your time, a little bit of time out of your busy schedule. And Bill, man, we want to wish you good luck this weekend at the Invitational. And
thank you.
We're gonna, and I'll see you sometimes the following couple of days afterwards. Drop that trailer off, brother. And once again, thank you, Trey, for being here. And I had a great time. It was great to be back in the saddle again tonight. I hope everybody's enjoyed our show. We always appreciate our loyal listeners week in and week out. And I hope everybody's enjoyed it. Until next time, y'all go out there, have a lot of fun.